don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off the other day.
The boxing world is buzzing with anticipation as Mike Tyson, a legend of the sport, prepares to step back into the ring against YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul. This fight has captured the imagination of fans worldwide, not only because of the contrasting styles and backgrounds of the two fighters, but also due to the intense drama that has unfolded in the lead up to their showdown. Mike Tyson, now 58 years old, last fought professionally in 2005. Although he made a brief return to the ring in 2020 for an exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr., the bout ended in a draw, leaving many fans unsatisfied. Since then, Tyson has stayed out of competitive boxing until now. His upcoming fight with Jake Paul is set for November 15th, and the world is watching to see if Iron Mike can turn back the clock one more time. Jake Paul, on the other hand, is a polarizing figure in the boxing world. He started his career as a social media influencer before making a successful transition into boxing. Despite being relatively new to the sport, Paul has already accumulated several wins against former MMA fighters, most notably a knockout victory over Ben Askren and a decision win over Tyron Woodley. His most recent bout saw him defeat Mike Perry in the 6th round, further solidifying his status as a legitimate boxer. The animosity between Tyson and Paul has been building for months, with both fighters exchanging verbal jabs. Paul, known for his brash personality, has repeatedly disrespected Tyson, calling into question the former champion's current physical condition. "I don't know if he's in his prime," Paul said in a recent interview. "He's fat. He should be lean and mean, but he's fat and funky. I saw him with his shirt off, and I thought, did you start training already?" These comments have clearly struck a nerve with Tyson, who exploded at a press conference after hearing them. "He's not going to win," Tyson declared. "He can't even knock out Nick Diaz." "How's he going to knock me out?" "Who did he knock out? Little children? He didn't knock out a real man. Come on, I can't even get mad at this guy because everybody knows this guy's talking out of his ass and stealing money. I'm up here and you're stealing money fighting him." Despite the tension, there is a sense of mutual respect between the two fighters. Paul has expressed his admiration for Tyson, calling him a legend and one of the most famous boxers of all time, alongside Muhammad Ali. However, Paul has made it clear that he intends to dethrone Tyson and prove his critics wrong. "I respect Mike," Paul said, "but I'm going to show the world that I'm the real deal." Former heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis has weighed in on the upcoming bout, expressing concerns about the potential dangers for both fighters. Lewis, who faced Tyson in 2002 and won by knockout, believes that Tyson's experience could give him an edge, but he also worries about Paul's ability to absorb Tyson's punches. "My main concern is for Jake Paul," Lewis told The Guardian. "Tyson still has the punch, as evidenced by the way he hits the bag. If Jake Paul catches one of those punches, it's going to leave a mark. But Jake is keen to avoid getting hit. Tyson knows how to cut off the ring, so it could be a matter of time." How good is Jake Paul's defense? Tyson has been training rigorously in preparation for the fight. His physical transformation has been impressive, with many noting that he looks as fit as he did in his prime. However, there are lingering concerns about his health. Earlier this year, Tyson had to postpone the original fight date due to a flare-up of an ulcer, forcing him to lighten his training regimen. Despite this setback, Tyson remains confident that he will be ready to face Paul on November 15th. Jake Paul, meanwhile, has been enjoying some downtime in Paris with his girlfriend, speed skater Judah Liam. The couple has been taking in the sights and enjoying romantic moments, but Paul has also been staying focused on his training. In a video posted to social media, Paul sent a message to Tyson, "I hope you're working." He captioned the video, which showed him on a treadmill. Paul is clearly taking the fight seriously and is determined to maintain his winning streak. As the fight approaches, opinions are divided. Many fans and pundits are excited to see Tyson back in the ring, while others are concerned about the risks involved in pitting a 58-year-old veteran against a younger, more active fighter. Former super middleweight champion Carl Froch expressed his doubts, saying, "I think Mike Tyson's too old to be in the ring. I think that was shown when he got carried off the airplane with his bad back. It's a pro fight just to create more stir, and that's just to piss more people off." Tony Bellew, a former cruiserweight world champion, also voiced his concerns, saying, "Mike is probably getting between $20 million to $50 million for this fight. I'm not going to lie, I'd do it. Everyone has got a price, but if Jake Paul hurts Mike Tyson, it would absolutely kill me. If he hurt Mike Tyson and I then ran into Jake Paul, I'd chin him quite happily. I would even spend a couple weeks in the big house for that." Bellew's comments highlight the emotional investment that many in the boxing community have in Tyson's well-being. Despite his age and the physical toll that boxing has taken on him over the years, Tyson remains a beloved figure in the sport. His return to the ring is seen by many as a risky endeavor, but one that could potentially add another chapter to his storied career. Adding to the drama is the fact that Tyson and Paul will be fighting under unique conditions. The bout will consist of 8 rounds, each lasting 2 minutes, with both fighters wearing 16-ounce gloves. These modifications are designed to reduce the risk of injury, but they also introduce new variables that could impact the outcome of the fight. Anthony Taylor, who has sparred with Jake Paul in the past, believes that Tyson is walking into a trap. Mike Tyson needs to take a leaf out of KSI's book and pull out of his fight against Jake Paul, Taylor said. "I've worked with Jake behind the scenes, and trust me, you haven't seen what he's capable of. Tyson is a lamb to the slaughter. I worry about a concussive ending because Jake is a real fighter now." Despite these warnings, Tyson remains undeterred. He's been hitting the pads with intensity, showcasing the power and speed that made him one of the most feared boxers in history. However, fitness experts like Dave Hancock have issued dire warnings about the potential health risks for Tyson. Hancock, who has worked with elite athletes, expressed concerns about Tyson's reflexes and reaction time, as well as the possibility of cardiothoracic and pulmonary problems. As fight night draws closer, the anticipation continues to build. The matchup between Tyson and Paul is not just a clash of generations, but a collision of different worlds. Tyson represents the old guard, a symbol of boxing's golden era, while Paul is the face of a new breed of fighters who have leveraged social media fame to make their mark in the sport. Paul has already outlined his future plans, revealing a list of potential opponents he hopes to face after his bout with Tyson. Among the names he mentioned were Alex Pereira, Conor McGregor, Canelo Alvarez, KSI, and Tommy Fury. However, some of these matchups seem unlikely, particularly the ones involving UFC fighters bound by contracts. The fight between Tyson and Paul has also reignited Paul's feud with UFC president Dana White. The two have been at odds for years, with Paul accusing White of underpaying and mistreating UFC fighters. However, Paul recently struck a more conciliatory tone, praising the UFC's promotion and production while reiterating his desire to see fighters earn higher pay. The upcoming fight will be broadcast on Netflix, marking the streaming giant's first foray into the world of major boxing events. The fight card also includes